और दूसरी शहादत प्रोसिक्यूशन की पेश करदा से जुर्म जो है कजाकिस्तान पर स्ट्रैंगुलेट करके आपकी बॉडी के 100 पीसेस करके उसी एसिड में आपको डिसॉल्व करने की सजा दी जाए।
1999, Lahore. The Lahore police were busy with their routine duties. While checking their mailbox, they came across a letter, a chilling confession. My count ends at 100. My mission is complete. My message will reach the whole world. I will make hundreds weep. I will send their children to the next world without shrouds, straight into the gutter. The letter listed the names and addresses of 11 victims, along with the methods used to kill them. Every detail written with disturbing clarity. It even described how long the acid took to dissolve each body, and finally ended with a single address, 16B Ravi Road. DSP Tariq assembled a team and headed to the location. When they knocked on the door, a man appeared, 38-year-old Javed Iqbal. The officers asked him a few routine questions, but Javed's expression suddenly changed. He raised a gun to his head and threatened to shoot himself if they didn't leave immediately. The police stepped back and walked away without searching the house, assuming the letter was nothing more than a sick joke. After all, how could one man have killed 100 children? Javed Iqbal was born in 1961 in Lahore, Pakistan, into a wealthy family. He was the sixth of 8 children and grew up in a privileged environment. Iqbal attended the Government Islamia College in Lahore and, while still a student, started a steel recasting business. His father purchased a villa for him in the Altar area of Lahore, where Iqbal lived with several young boys, setting the stage for his future crimes. In December 1999, Iqbal sent a letter to the police and Khabar Naeem Hashmi, a chief news editor of a Lahore newspaper, confessing to the rape and murder of 100 vulnerable boys aged between 6 and 16. His victims were primarily runaways or orphans living on the streets of Lahore. Iqbal detailed how he strangled, dismembered, and dissolved the bodies of his victims in vats of hydrochloric acid, which he later emptied into a local river. When police raided Iqbal's villa, they discovered bloodstains on the walls and floor, chains used for strangulation, and photographs of his victims neatly labeled with names and ages. 2 vats of acid containing partially dissolved human remains were also found, left deliberately for the authorities to discover. Iqbal's motive was rooted in a deep sense of vengeance. He had been arrested in the 1990s for sodomy, an act that left him humiliated and angry. The victim of this assault severely bludgeoned Iqbal, rendering him unconscious. Although no charges were brought against him, the incident took a toll on his family, particularly his mother, who suffered a fatal heart attack after witnessing his decline. Iqbal's confession revealed that he wanted to make 100 mothers suffer and cry for their sons, as his own mother had suffered for him. Iqbal's letter sparked the largest manhunt in Pakistani history. 4 of his accomplices, teenage boys who shared his flat, were arrested in Sohawa. One of these accomplices died in police custody under suspicious circumstances, with a post-mortem suggesting the use of force.
Why? This is very sad. आपको ये नहीं करना चाहिए।
ये बात नहीं है। आपने 200 बच्चे क्यों नहीं कत्ल किए? 100 क्यों? इंतकामन कर रहे थे ना आप। इंतकामन कर रहे थे। मेरे पास आज भी इतने पैसे थे कि मैं ये सिलसिला जारी रख सकता था।
कितने पैसे? अगर कल को आप जो जितने मारे हैं उनमें से 3-4 बच्चे घरों को वापस आ गए, फिर आपका सारा ये
कोई नहीं आएगा।
किस तरह आप कहते हैं कोई नहीं आएगा?
Iqbal turned himself in at the offices of the Daily Jang on December 30th, 1999, fearing that the police would kill him. He stated that he had surrendered to the newspaper because he feared for his life and was concerned about police brutality. Iqbal was sentenced to death by the judge, who decreed that he would be strangled to death in front of the parents of his victims, and his body would then be cut into 100 pieces and dissolved in acid, mirroring his own methods.
और दूसरी शहादत प्रोसिक्यूशन की पेश करदा से जुर्म जो है फिर दफ्तान पर स्ट्रैंगुलेट करके आपकी बॉडी के 100 पीसेस करके उसी एसिड में आपको डिसॉल्व करने की सजा दी जाए.
However, the Interior Minister Moinuddin Haider contradicted this sentence, stating that Pakistan, being a signatory of the Human Rights Commission, did not allow such punishments. On October 9, 2001, Iqbal and his accomplice Sajid Ahmed were found dead in their cells at Kot Lakhpat jail in Lahore. Officially ruled as suicides by hanging, autopsies revealed that they had been beaten prior to their deaths. Iqbal's body went unclaimed. The case of Javed Iqbal highlighted the failures of the Pakistani police and judicial system. It raised questions about justice and the treatment of serial killers. The fear and trauma left in the community of Lahore lingered long after the trial. A film based on Iqbal's life, titled Javed Iqbal, The Untold Story of a Serial Killer, was released in 2023. Initially scheduled for release on January 28, 2022, the film faced a ban from the Punjab government and the Central Board of Film Censors due to its portrayal of the government and police. After public backlash and support from several actors, it was finally released on June 2nd, 2023. The story of Javed Iqbal is a chilling reminder of human darkness and the failures of societal systems. It explores themes of vengeance, justice, and the psychological depths of a serial killer. As we reflect on this case, we are left to ponder whether true justice was served or if it was just another chapter in Lahore's dark history.